Hi everyone, and welcome to morning coffee break. Got my little buddy here, Kitty. She gets bad sometimes at waking me up if she's hungry. Although she has food, already dry food in 2 different places. But she wants her TUNA. She knows what that word is. I don't want to mention it now. But that's what she's obviously wanting. Woke me up taking her paw and poking my knee. She didn't use her nails or whatever, but her claws. But she's poking me, meow, 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 meow. Then she starts knocking stuff down. That's the next step if I don't wake up. Knocking things down, little plastic container and stuff. And just, then she took her, well, we've got a water bowl is supposedly, you shouldn't be able to flip it over. Right. She flips her water over. So I was like, oh my gosh, I may as well just stay up, after doing all that. And what's funny is I gave her, I was still half asleep, and I finally gave her the TUNA, and I guess I was kind of in a hurry to get the top off of it, and she was, like right beside me, like, come on, I'm ready, I'm gonna eat. And when I pulled it, it slipped out of my hand, and some of it hit her right on top of her head, some of the tuna. And she can't clean it off up there. I mean, she's licking herself right now, but she can't clean, on top of her head. So I had to clean her off and get a baby wipe and make sure she, that she didn't smell, and got her cleaned off and everything. And like I said, by that time I was like, I'm awake. I think I did stay up. It was about an hour or so, and I finally fell back to sleep for a couple hours. But it's kind of hilarious, but it's not when it's you that it's happening to, And when I don't usually get a lot of sleep, a lot of times, so I was really out of it. I was asleep, and she was waking me up. What you doing? You gonna go down there? She's probably gonna go up there and see if there's anything in her bowl, which there is. Anyway, today is Monday, November 10th. Currently it's 29 degrees. And didn't think to bring my plants in. They're in the garage though. Today I'll have to definitely bring them in because it's going to be cold tomorrow morning too. Just a cold snap, I guess. But that's cold for now. It'll probably kill these tomatoes out here. I hadn't even looked. It'll probably kill the ones that are the branches that are underneath the awning out there. It probably might not kill them right away. But frost is pretty bad for tomatoes. I mean, I'm surprised there's any out there still that are alive. But there's actually some tomatoes, but most of them I'd say would be about that big right now. So it is what it is. I mean, this was the worst year I've had for tomatoes, especially ever, because of the heat was killing the blooms. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully this year, I'm thinking that I'll probably. It takes a lot to grow them from seeds, especially if you're going to plant 18 of them, and also your peppers, which I usually have at least 12. And you have to baby them. I mean, have them start them like a couple months early, indoors. I say a couple months. I'm thinking more like 6 weeks or something. And grow them from seed. Make sure that the lights are just right. I've got lights for them, to grow them. And the lights have to be so far away, or they'll try to grow real tall, and then they'll fall over. You have to try to keep the lights down right above them almost. And then as they grow, you have to move them. And then you start having to bring them outside to harden them off for the sun. Bring all of them back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's a lot of work, you know. I mean, I liked doing it, but after this past year, this past summer, I put so much effort into it and just got half the results. So I think I'm just going to buy them. Evergreen has good. Y'all have seen me go to Evergreen before. They've been with me a while. They've got some really nice plants, and I used to get them there every year, you know, before I started growing them all. Of course, the rest, everything but the peppers and tomatoes, everything else I plant by the seeds right into the ground. So that won't be any problem for the rest of the things. So I think I'm just going to buy my peppers and tomatoes, and I'm not going to have as many. I need more room in between each plant so that they can get better air circulation and stuff. But that's spring before anything will happen with all that. Okay. I don't know if I said you had 29 degrees. High's only 37 today. 5% chance of precipitation. Wind is, I'm sure it's much colder than, feels much colder than 29 when the winds are 15 miles per hour right now. So, okay, today it's time for a delicious meals video, everyone. Watch at your own risk, but if you do, have you some snacks handy. You will get hungry. For dinner right now, the plan is garlic naan bread pizza. I've got the naan bread from Aldi over here. Let's see. Everything down. It still looks fine. I don't see any. Of course, when it gets cooler in here, it's not as much of a chance of things, of bread things getting moldy or anything. It's when it's really humid and hot. But here these are from Aldi, and there's 4 in them, and I think 2 will probably be enough. Joy and I'll split one, and then have one for Logan, and that way we have enough for two times in here, or we can fix something else with it. So those are really good too. The ones at Kroger, I think they only have 2 in them. And those have 4 and about the same price. So you get twice as much. So yeah, that'll be really good. I've got some pepperoni over here somewhere. I think I had to hide it from Kitty. I think I put it up there somewhere. I don't see it now, because she thought it was treats and she was trying to get to them. She would chew holes in it. What you doing? Why don't you come back up here? Huh? Okay, let's see. We got some jokes. All right. Go drink a coffee. Here we go. We're gonna lay down. How many ants are needed to fill an apartment? 10 ants. Where do ants eat? A restaurant. Which sort of bird steals from banks? That's not a good place, honey. Get back. Get back, okay. Move back. Move back. There, lay down. What sort of bird, there you go, steals from banks? A robin. What bird is always out of breath? A puffin? Puffin? And how do fireflies start a race? Ready, set, glow. And what do you get if you cross a leopard with a watchdog? A terrified postman. Okay. Now, we got trivia time here. I don't know if it's all about restaurants, but oh, come on. Cooperate. It's turned the wrong way. All right. Which fast food chain invented the frosty treat? Dessert. The frosty dessert, not treat. Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, Little Caesars, Wendy's. And they've got these new ones. Oh my gosh, they sound so good and they look so good. These new Frosties, new flavors, and they got stuff in them and stuff, kind of like a Blizzard or something. Oh man, I have to get one day. Out of those, it's definitely Wendy's. Yes, Wendy's. What cooking method is most commonly used to prepare onion rings, Kitty? Deep frying, boiling, roasting, steaming. You gotta boil an onion ring, breaded onion ring. What? She keeps going like that to my arm. What? What, you trying to tell Daddy something? So, she's purring. Yeah, it's definitely deep frying. You purring? She's the quietest purrer. You can hardly hear her. You have to go before you can hear her. Which of these is a dish consisting of fillings inside a sliced bun? Hamburger, barbecue, biscuits and gravy, fondue. Fondue. Do y'all remember? I mean, fondue was the thing back in the day, like what, early 70s maybe. It was the deal. I mean, we did it, and I thought it was kind of fun, but I wasn't even that crazy about the, you were basically deep frying pieces of steak or something like that in oil, and it just, we had the plates that had all these little different sections in them, and Dad would make these different sauces or ones that were bought or whatever. I'm not sure. Like one would be like garlic and butter, one would be something else, and you could dip them in whichever one you want. But it was kind of fun to do it, but I wasn't as crazy about the steak that way or whatever it was we used. It was still pretty good, but it'd be kind of tough too that way. So anyway, it's definitely, I think out of these I would say it's a hamburger. That's right, hamburger. What do British people call French fries? Now, we've had this on different ones before. Similar question, so y'all should remember. Clips, Brits, trips, chips. Give me some fish and trips. How about fish and clips? No, that's not it. It's fish and chips, right, Kitty? Right? Yes, fish and chips. Burger buns are traditionally sprinkled with what? Confetti? Rice? Saffron? Sesame seeds. They ain't gonna sprinkle with saffron, or your darn burger would be $10 or more. $20. Saffron's expensive. And confetti? What? Okay, it's definitely sesame seeds. I don't have to have one with sesame seeds. It doesn't bother me to go without them. Which is the world's biggest fast food chain? Burger King, Wendy's, Subway, McDonald's. I think it's McDonald's. Yeah. But every day you hear people say, pretty much, I mean, if you see on social media and stuff, I'm never going back to McDonald's. They'll tell whatever they got there and what was wrong with it. Sometimes they'll have a picture. I wish I did take a picture of the last Big Macs that we got, because they were horrible, truly horrible. And the hamburger patties weren't but about, I mean, like that. And one was like on one side and one was like on the other. I don't know if that's to make it look like they were more in there or what. They just throwed it on there. They looked like they stood back and threw everything. Close it up. I said, never again. $21 for 3 Big Macs and 1 large fry. And I'm sure they're more now. Oh, they got the extra value meals now. That's right. Only they're $8 for one. Now, that's not that extra value. I mean, it was more than that, I'm sure, before that, but we won't go there anymore. So next question, yeah, it's McDonald's. Yeah. Used to love it, you know. All the way back, started going when I was probably 4 or 5 years old. With my parents, of course. I didn't go on my own. And my sister. The mascot of which fast food restaurant is known for wearing a crown? Wendy's, McDonald's, Jack in the Box. Ow, kitty. That's a claw. Jack in the Box, Burger King. Okay, definitely Burger King, crown, Burger King, you know, pretty easy to figure out. And what was the most popular hot dog condiment in 2005? Why we gotta go 20 years ago on that? I could have said last year. Pickles, bacon, fries, mustard. Well, my guess would definitely be mustard. Yeah. I mean, when I was little, or, you know, probably up to about 10 years old or something, I wanted ketchup on my hot dogs. I used to put ketchup on everything. Green beans, eggs, you know, fried eggs, scrambled eggs, anything, you know. Okra, I'd put it on. I'd put it on liver. I'd cover liver up. Mom used to have it, and we'd have to eat it, and I'd cover it in ketchup. So, but now I got to have mustard on a hot dog. It says hot dogs are commonly served with one of the more condiments. In 2005, the U.S.-based National Hot Dog and Sausage Council found mustard to be the most popular, preferred by 32% of respondents. 23% favored ketchup, 17% chili, 9% pickle relish, and 7% onions. I like mustard, onion, chili. That's it. What type of food does a popular fast food chain Little Caesars serve? Hamburgers, gyros, pizza, barbecue. You know, they don't have really, if you think about it, Little Caesars, they don't have a very extensive menu. I like those pretzel crust ones. It's definitely pizza. Yeah. What was Burger King's original slogan? Eat fresh, refresh. World's greatest burgers. Have it your way. My kingdom for a burger. I think their actual original slogan is the one they still use a lot today, I think. Have it your way at Burger King. Yes, it's have it your way. Burger King came out with the slogan have it your way in 1974. It summed up its differences with its rival McDonald's. Yeah, they don't get upset if you want it your way. Lots of times if you ask for something extra at McDonald's, you're like, they didn't put extra lettuce on this. It doesn't look like any more than usual. You know, they just didn't do it or whatever. So anyway, I got all 10 right today. I enjoyed this. Some of them were pretty easy, but it's just for fun anyway, right? So I hope you did enjoy it, though. And if you did, I hope you'll press that like button right there. Also subscribe if you haven't already and share this out. And hit that so you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching, everybody. Check out Delicious Meals video later on. Have some snacks. Bye, everyone, and God bless.